Hello, Denver Cyclones. We're here to bring you the thoughts on this year's Denver fall sports. So stay tuned. Hashtag It's a great day to be a Denver Cyclone.
And now we'll be going to Kyler Matthias, a cross country athlete, on his thoughts on the upcoming season.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Okay. What expectations has your coaches set for you and your team this season?
Mostly just to work hard and work together to achieve our goals. And our theme this year is building our house, which means just attention to detail and working hard as if you're building your own house and you want it to be the best. So, yeah.
How do you personally feel about this upcoming season?
I'm excited for it. We got a really good group of guys that all are pretty good friends, and we all work really hard and push each other. So I think we got a lot of potential this year, and I think we'll see a lot of success.
In the conference meet this year, who will be the toughest team to beat?
It's kind of tough to say right now, just with, I don't know, there's always surprises every year, but based on last year, probably Grundy Center will be a decent competitor.
What are your own goals for this season?
Mostly just to go out and compete every night and just stay motivated to win and push myself. And I mean, I guess a time goal maybe be to hit 17:30, I'd say.
And lastly, do you have high hopes for another postseason run?
Of course, this year our goal as a team is top 5 at state. So I think that if we just keep working hard and push ourselves and work together, I think we can achieve that.
Thanks,
So,
Tyler.
Next up, talking about cross country is Coach Pickett.
How's your season for cross country gone so far?
It's been a really fun year so far. We've really had a really kind of I wouldn't say a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule. We race against a lot bigger schools and bigger meets, and we're holding our own. Our girls just I think for the first time ever won the Go Hawk Waverly Shell Rock meet, and they beat Decorah, which I don't know if our girls have done probably ever. And our boys are consistently getting better. You know, we're just want to try to get our top 2 or 3 guys to really start to separate themselves, and we haven't accomplished that yet, but it's certainly within them to do it. And our middle school teams have been doing great. Our boys, I think, have won 2 meets in a row now, and then our middle school girls have been really coming on and really being a great group to keep that middle school group together.
It's good to hear. How do players approach practice each day?
Well, our theme this year is build your house, and which is really kind of a metaphor for focusing on process, focusing on not kind of the end in mind. I know the kids really care about how they perform, especially towards the end of the year, but sometimes that ends up sabotaging being in the moment and getting what you can out of practice, or getting what you can, with your interactions with people when you're so focused on something that you really don't have control over a couple weeks from now. And so it's really something that we ask our kids to do to, when we're doing some sort of a rep, or we're doing some interval, or we're getting some workout done, they really need to hone in and understand what we're trying to accomplish. And like this morning, had a great workout this morning. It was 6:30 when we got them up, and they did fantastic, because that's what we're working on, is building our house.
What's a typical cross country workout?
It's Coach Sabelka is. I don't think I would say people actually do give her enough credit, because she's a fantastic coach. But the workouts are, most days are 2 to 2.5 hours long, and she does a great job of. I think some people think cross country is just long, slow running, and that's it. She does a tremendous amount of speed work. She really segments her practice up. They have about a 20 or 30 minute warm up that they get through, and then we get probably to the meat and potatoes of our workout usually. Yesterday was just a 30-minute. That was an easy run, especially the day after a hard day. But we do a bunch of different things where they're really working on pacing. They're working on trying to cut their times down. They're working on specific parts of the races that they're trying to get better at. And then after that part of the workout, which is at 30 to 45 minutes, we do some sort of a strength component. Today we already accomplished that this morning, but we'll do some sort of a circuit workout. And then we always finish with some sort of a core workout at the end of the day. So there's usually 3 or 4 different segments to practice.
What are some of your goals for this season?
Well, as a coach, we have our goals, but I can speak about like our kids' goals, because I think that's really the things that matter. our girls really would like to be on the deck as a team, so that means that they're going to be top three. We got a group. I can say it out loud. I think we got a group that actually can win a state championship if they put things together on that day. But if things don't work on that day, they can. We've got such a deep 1A field this year; they can be 7th or 8th, and again, that can cause some anxiety and some stress, and also can get you focusing on that day where we're not even close to that, and we're certainly not gonna be able to do that by worrying about it right now. So we've got a really talented group of girls. Our boys want to be top 5, which is a pretty tough thing for them right now, unless they get 2 guys that are going to crack into the 17-minute barrier. We haven't done that yet, and unless they do that, it's going to be difficult for them to hit those goals. But they really would like to get there. Then individually, we have some kids that really have the ability to and want to be in the top 10. I think Conley Lyons has got the ability to be a top 10, top 15 finisher if he really puts something together. And then we have 3 girls, I think, right now that really be able to do that by worrying about it right now. So we've got a really talented group of girls. Our boys want to be top 5, which is a pretty tough thing for them right now, unless they get 2 guys that are going to crack into the 17-minute barrier. We haven't done that yet, and unless they do that, it's going to be difficult for them to hit those goals. But they really would like to get there. Then individually, we have some kids that really have the ability to and want to be in the top 10. I think Conley Lyons has got the ability to be a top 10, top 15 finisher if he really puts something together. And then we have 3 girls, I think, right now that really should and have goals to be in the top 10 in the state. It's a pretty fun time to be around really motivated kids. It makes me really excited to be there every single day.
What's something your team needs to improve on?
Oh gosh, I think the main one for us is to really battle in that last mile of the race. The first mile is just kind of getting to a position, and then between the second and third mile is just kind of keeping your focus. It's like the middle of the class day, and then the last mile, it's really what's left in the tank. But a lot of kids, especially throughout this season so far, we've got kids that might be like sitting in 15th place when they get to the 2 mile, and then they finish in 20th place when they cross the finish line. And for us, it's learning to take that last mile and really start to crush other people. I think that's something I'd like to see us improve upon, and with that, just battling somebody else. I think our kids do a great job of internally, pushing themselves. But at the end of the day, cross country is still a race, and so getting them to race against each other is something that I'd like to see us do a better job of.
Alrighty, thanks for Coach Pickett for his time. Good luck on the rest of your season.
Mitch Tucson, thanks for having me.
Now you will be hearing from our football head coach and junior quarterback about their upcoming season.
What are your thoughts on the season despite already losing to a high-ranked Dyke team?
Thoughts are still very high for the season. Dyke, very good team, very fast. Speed killed us, but you got to move on. We got more teams coming up.
All right. Who will be the main guys to help bring the season to a winning season?
It's going to be our seniors. Their senior leadership will take us the whole way. Logan Tierney, he's going to man the line. Nate Egna, he's an absolute animal in the backfield. So those are the 2 main guys.
What type of goals or expectations has your coaches set for your team this season?
The main goal is to be district champs. Right now, we already played our non-district games, came out 0-2, but both teams were ranked number 2 in their classes. So 2 very hard teams. But next week we play West Marshall, and they're our first district game. So.
Do you feel like this team has the ability to produce a good postseason?
Right now, we're not too focused on the postseason. We take it 1 week at a time, try and rack up the win. So hopefully, in the end, we do put on a good postseason run, but we'll see.
To finish things up, here's head coach Barrett.
I'm here with head coach of the football team, Mr. Barrett, and I'm going to have him answer a few questions. So the first one, there are 7 starting seniors this year. How do you think they will accept the role, leadership role?
Well, I think they've done pretty good so far, and they start on either offense or defense. So their role, they know. All those guys have done a really good job at coming out. They've been in the weight room all summer. They've really led the charge. Colton and Logan really have. Eli South. Nate Aganaw, those guys have really stepped up and done a good job at leading the force and getting everything where it needs to be.
Alrighty. What preparations have you made this year for the upcoming season?
Well, obviously, summer program, and some of them were there a little bit more than some, but that's the way it goes. We went to Upper Iowa team camp. We've done that. We had our Denver camp. Now we've had a couple weeks of practice, so now it's 9 weeks of games or 8 weeks now left. So that's kind of our preparation time.
Alright. So your first game against the number 2 ranked team in 2A, did you feel your team was well equipped to play that game?
Well, we were just outmatched, outgunned. And I'm not saying that to be mean to anybody or anything. They had more athletes on the field than what we had, and their speed was phenomenal. And speed really kills in the game of football. If you can run fast and you're still big and physical, you're going to win a lot of football games. And that's what Dyke had. And I felt like our fundamentals, our game plan was fine, but from point A to point B, they were just better than we were.
So there were some positives come out of that game?
Oh, yeah. I felt like, yeah, sure, we lost 48-0, you could say, but I thought fundamentally we were good. We just got beat by a better team.
And then the last one, tonight you play number 2 ranked team in Class A. Do you think your team will match up good?
Well, that's always a challenge. Wapsie is always tough. They get off the ball well. They'll be well coached. We're just going to have to execute. We can't turn the ball over. Last week against Dyke, we turned the ball over, fumbles and picks, and you can't do that. Against the number 2, number 3, anybody in the top 10, you cannot make those mistakes because they'll make you pay. And so we'll have to play 4 quarters of football. We got to control the ball. Don't give the ball to them. We got to get first downs and don't turn the ball over.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing it tonight.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching our video about fall sports. Please like and subscribe.